he proceeded to, make a couple statements, and then the director yelled cut, and he started to like look around, and we're literally sitting face to face at this table, and I'm just sitting there and I'm looking at him, and he would not look at me. And I'm like, did I already mess this up? What's going on? And then the director came over and put a piece of paper like between us. And I went like this, like to look over the paper, and so did he. And then we both started laughing. And I realized he wanted everything to be spontaneous. So he didn't want us to have any side chat while they were getting the cameras set. He wanted everything to be spontaneous. So he didn't want to engage me. And I realized that, but it was very funny. And then we did have a little bit of conversation when they cut again, and he said, what do you say about evil in the world? And I said, well, it's necessary for us to know what love is, and we can build love based on what we're seeing in the world of evil. We can grow that love more and more, and it's easier for some people, but it's like I said, we have to have like a balance of it. And he was nodding, and he was sort of like looking off in the distance, and I felt he was troubled, and I felt that he was doing this story of God, like he was looking for God and his God. So that interview was it just flowed, and he met my daughter upstairs, and she was so overwhelmed, she started to cry, and then he was like wiping the tears off her cheeks, and he hugged her, and it was a really surreal kind of experience. And I later found out from the research person that had been in contact with me, she said that it was Discovery Channel that carried it. And she said that the producers at Discovery they absolutely loved that segment. They said it was the most authentic thing that they had seen. And at the last thing he said to me, he's like, religion, do you have one? And I said, my religion's love. And he's like, you're going to tell me and the whole world that your religion is love? And I'm like, for me, it is. And he's like, well, then I have to believe that it is. And that, I remember that moment because it brought tears to my eyes saying it, just how much I felt it. I felt that love. And